Welcome to the Overcomers of Relapse podcast. I am D, your host. This is episode 9 of season 8 of my podcast. So welcome to all listeners out there. It is great to share this experience with you. I decided with the introduction of each episode of season 8 to start off with each episode with a great meditation track. What can I say? I really enjoyed this track, and listeners from all over have expressed they love it as well. It helps relieve the tension and stress we all deal with in our everyday busy lives. So sit back and enjoy. I will be right back with today's topic and discussion. So come on, people, relax. Place all of your life problems and concerns on pause. Let's take a flight on angel wings. Enjoy. Man, I hope you got something out of that. Because like I say, every time it works for me. And I hope it works for you as well. Now, let's get started. I just want to put this out there right from the beginning. This podcast is not only pertaining to relapse as far as drugs, alcohol, or any other addictions. We are open to all topics. However, our main topic is why do we have addictive behaviors and how can we overcome them? On episode 9 of season 8, I would like to use for a topic, what? You choose weakness over strength? Why? I said, what? You choose weaknesses over strengths? Why? Now, this topic is going to be very interesting because I am pretty sure everyone will have a different opinion. However, this is just my take on it. So please, if I offend anyone, I wish to apologize before I even get into it. Now, with that being said, I have a question to ask. Why is it that associates, friends, family members, or even spouses have the tendency to ridicule, judge, gossip about your weaknesses instead of admiring and complimenting and celebrating each other's strength? You know, I remember a very, very, very valuable lesson in my childhood. I had a favorite aunt, and I could be pretty much open to her. I mean, I pretty much can discuss anything with her. Well, this was during my teenage years. And to be really honest, this is when my addiction was starting to become a big part of my life. Anyway, I had some resentments going on with my parents that I decided that I was going to run away from home to live with my favorite aunt. This really gave me the opportunity to share a lot of my thoughts and feelings with my aunt. So I would just, go over there, and I was running away from home, and we were sitting on the couch, and I was just venting and sharing all my parents, their flaws that I felt that I saw in my parents. And she would just sit there and just listen. And I would wonder why she was not agreeing with me. So once I got done with telling her how terrible I thought my parents were, she just looked at me and she said, "Nephew, they are your parents." Now, she said, "I am sure there's some dysfunction there. Hey, it is in every home, including mine that you're trying to run to. Nephew, we are all flawed, including you. I can smell the alcohol." She said to me, "Have you ever looked at it this way? Your mom is my sister. She is strong, stubborn, resilient, and beautiful. And your father, yes, he has his demons to deal with. However, I know how much you mean to him. And in his own right, he is very intelligent, good-hearted, little hot-tempered, intense, but he's also handsome. Nephew," she said to me, "I have a question for you. How is it that you can only see what is wrong with them instead of what is great about them, and are blind to your own flaws?" I said to my aunt, I never really ever looked at it that way. Then she said to me, "That's your problem. You are focused on their weaknesses instead of their strengths. She says, see, a lot of times what we see in others is what we don't like about ourselves. She said, a lot of times the diagnosis is the same, but the symptoms are just different. And when she said this was a shocker. This was a shocker when she said this to me. And it just threw me for a loop. She said, and guess what? You're just like them. Man, I tell you, this really got me heated. I said, what, auntie? You got to be kidding me. I'm nothing like them people. She said, okay, really? Then answer this, nephew. Why are you sitting up here looking and sounding like your father with his hot temper and your mother's stubbornness to only see it the way you see it and trying to get me to go along with you? She said, listen, nephew, most people only see weaknesses as weaknesses. And this is a big mistake. Weaknesses from some can be a strength for others. You can take them same attributes that you get from your father and mother and make them work for you in a very positive way. She said, sit back, nephew, and listen to me. Now, don't be so hard on your father or your mother. I am sure they did the best they could in bringing you up. Let me ask you a question, nephew. Did you have food to eat, clothes to wear, shelter, birthday parties, personal celebrations for your achievements and your achievements only? Hey, and nephew, before you answer, I know you did because I was at the events. Now, you listen to me, nephew. Get up, go home, and start looking at them from a different perception. Well, she said, being a parent is not an easy job. And it is one of the most important jobs. And from where I'm standing, you could have done a whole lot worse. Nephew, listen to me and listen to me carefully. Be careful how you so easily judge the people that love you the most. She said, people are funny creatures. You can do a million things right and a few things wrong. And what do people remember the most? Right, the fewer things you did wrong. It is sad, but it is human nature. Nephew, hey, just remember, they may have their flaws, but there is not a hole you can fall in deep enough or a circumstances you could get in that could cost you your life that they would not give their life to save yours. No matter how long you live, trust me, you will not find many people that will love you this way. Get up and go home. Hey, nephew, you will be a grown man soon. Be wise. Embrace their weaknesses, because these are truly your strengths when you develop and use them in a productive way. Man, let me tell you, what an awakening. Thank you, auntie. Listeners, especially my addicts and recovering addicts, and hey, sobers as well, to be honest. I just want to encourage you. I have no doubt. I know from experiences what my aunt told me that day was true. And now that I have my own life experiences under my belt and realize that sometimes we as parents or just people, we get it wrong. Nobody is perfect. However, I am clear about one thing I learned that day. What I considered as a weakness were really strengths. I know this for a fact because fighting my own demons without my Creator's mercy and grace and my parents' attributes that I have, I would not be here today. Now, with that being said, in my opinion, we all should be grateful for being individuals and having the right and options on how we perceive, act, and react to what we consider our weaknesses and strengths in ourselves and others. Hey, for me personally, my auntie was dead on because I see my father and mother, their flaws in a different light. I see my father and mother in me, but not as a characteristic of weaknesses, but as two pillars of strength that were flawed and had weak moments with the strength and the tenacity to be overcomers, no matter what challenges this life threw their way. And for that, I love and thank my father and mother very much. Thanks for the lesson, Auntie. You taught me well. So, what will you choose to see? Weaknesses or strength? Me personally, I choose strengths because I learned from having faith in God of the universe and my father and mother example. No matter how weak you get from time to time, no matter what your weaknesses may be, you can always depend on the strengths you have inherited to endure. When you choose to acknowledge that your weakness can be your strength with a simple adjustment to your perception. Thanks again, Mom and Dad, and Auntie, thank you for the lesson. And I hope that this has been a podcast that has taught you a lesson as well. Well, that's it for episode 9 of season 8. Please visit my website, The Overcomers of Relapse Lounge. It is on the screen. Please feel free to post on blog, share thoughts, and also feel free to chat. Contact information is on there also, along with a lot of great music. And please also come join us on my Facebook group called Overcomers of Relapse Lounge. Hey, we have a lot of great inspiring posts and just a great group of people to chat with. And please do not forget to listen and send in questions for Ask D segments. You know, it's always a pleasure to serve. Hey people, let me know your opinions and thoughts. And also if you would like to be a guest on the podcast. Thanks again for joining me. Talk with you again very soon. Take care of yourselves out there. Bye-bye.
Grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage for the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Here we go. No. Said I'll never do it again. No. Man, I slept. No. Said I'll never do it again. No. Well, man. No. Said I'll never do it again. No. Man, I'm tired of this shit. No. Said I'd never do it again. No. Man, it's the detox. No. Said I'd never do it again. No.
Said I would never do it again.
No. Said I'll never do it again. No. I'm so tired of this shit. No. Can't believe said I'll never do it again. No. Relapse, man. No. Said I'll never do it again. No. Oh, well, start over again. I'm going back to relapse. I'm going back to relapse. Going back to relapse. Going back to relapse.
Oh, yeah.